Hi, Timo. I'm joined by Timo Neff. He's a team lead, automation designer, and architect at the digitalization program at Deutsche Post DHL. And Timo is leading a cross-functional and global IT group of professionals. The organization that he leads is at the vanguard of innovation, deploying a wide range of advanced technologies, including UiPath, basés, and ABBYY. So welcome, Timo, and thank you for joining us for this session.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. Nice meeting you.
Likewise. So the theme of the ABBYY user conference is around reimagining your business. So can you share with us, what DHL's vision is around reimagining your business?
Yes, of course. So we are the Digitization at GBS program, and our mission is to digitize the, services of the group functions, which we are. So applying different automation technologies, amongst those you already named, are BPM, basés, OCR, ABBYY, and UiPath as RPA solution. And those technologies, that tool stack allows us to build entirely new services which we were not able to deliver before, and also to improve existing processes. Make them more cost effective on the one hand side, but also deliver a much better user experience.
So can you just provide a little bit more detail as to the application stack that you deploy within your organization to help you deliver more efficient services to your clients?
Yeah, first of all, we find ourselves in a large enterprise context with a lot of, existing historic enterprise applications, and we need tools which are able to interact with those enterprise applications. UiPath is essentially our door opener to any kind of large ERP system implementations. Basés allows us to have a end-to-end overview of the entire process, and ABBYY allows us to transform any kind of unstructured data which is written on on documents into structured data so that we can further process it.
And how does ABBYY fit into that application stack? Can you describe the solutions for which you're deploying the ABBYY technology, and perhaps talk to us about the kind of criteria that you've employed to make the decision for ABBYY as part of this technology stack?
Yes. So one of the reasons why we decided to go with ABBYY is because ABBYY does have a very strong technical partnership to both basés and UiPath. We don't want to customize beyond the product standard. So we are very happy about the existing connectors, which make it very, fast to actually build solutions because it's a plug and play experience. That's exactly what we were looking for, having a well-fitting technology stack which we are able to apply on a very fast fashion.
And can you describe the solution itself? I understand it's remittance processing, but what were some of the challenges and the metrics associated with remittance processing that you were able to realize from utilizing the ABBYY solution?
Understood. So Andrew, the remittance advice automation is just one out of 250 processes at the current point in time which we have live. So let me describe that in a little bit more detail. So in the remittance advice process, we want to further automate a existing SAP automation, which is about recognizing and identifying the invoice for which we essentially received a payment, which is lacking of any further information, which we usually need to build that combination. So we do have a RPA, which runs a certain analysis within the ERP system. And one of the most important information actually comes out of ABBYY, which is the remittance advice information, where you essentially which is a document which contains multiple lines of the document number and the referring amount which was paid essentially. And this information is crucial in order to drive the automation of this process.
And so is it fair to say that you've realized both efficiency improvements as well as reduced transaction costs associated with the application of the ABBYY solution in terms of straight-through processing and kind of reallocating your resources to higher value tasks?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So those kind of analysis were very time, intensive because the system, needs a certain time to load all of that information. So in fact, people were just sitting in front of the screens, literally waiting for the systems to process, the search queries which they were doing. So this is now done by, by a robot. Without any human intervention needed. So yeah, those colleagues are being freed up and don't have the burden to run such processes anymore and are able to then focus on much higher value tasks. One of the major motivations for this program to run.
Mm-hmm. And beyond remittance processing, do you have a sort of a vision of where else ABBYY technology might be deployed and help you further gain efficiency improvements?
Yes, so we already do have a couple of other use cases. Amongst that are personal receivables, as well as a use case in the taxes environment of Deutsche Post DHL. So there we already have use cases implemented. Beyond that, we are also looking forward to maybe use the natural language processing, module of ABBYY Flexi Capture for the purpose of customer query claims, classifying those, extracting relevant information, which would be also helpful.
So how do you measure then and sort of quantify the success criteria associated with your solutions? What sort of metrics have you sort of defined that really help to identify and deliver to your organization the success associated with these solutions?
Yes, so that depends a little bit on the use case, all right? So, of course, we do have KPIs which essentially cover the amount of documents which need to go into the manual verification stage within ABBYY Flexi Capture. So this is one good indicator. On the other hand, you can also very well actually measure the ultimative result of ABBYY. And for example, in that remittance advice project, we were essentially looking into the automation rate of the robot, which is using the information coming from ABBYY. And in that case, we were also flagging all the cases, or the robot flags every case in which that robot used information actually coming from ABBYY.
Yeah. So let me just conclude on a couple of additional questions, and that is sort of a more broader question, and that is, how does DHL, viewing sort of reimagining your business, given all the changes and all the disruptions? What are some of the key sort of strategies that you're putting in place to continuously reimagine your business and adapt to changing circumstances?
Yes, so I think this situation in 2020 outlined us very well the urgency and importance of having stable processes. And one factor definitely is to essentially drive automation and digitization, because wherever you can reduce the dependency on a human at the current point in time, obviously that is helpful in order to ensure that those processes are running stable. Yeah, and this is in the context of group functions of our environment which we try to automate. That means process automation, as simple as that, of back office processes. That is certainly different for our core logistics business, right, which we are doing. Here, it's, I think, important to offer different options throughout throughout this globe. Different options of having the way, or having a opportunity to interact with your end customer. Yeah, so in Germany, as an example, we do have the Packstation, where you can essentially consume any kind of logistics services without the need of going into a branch and interacting with a services stuff.
And one final question. So how would you describe how ABBYY helped you and continues to help you with reimagining your business?
Okay, so I think there would be one very nice example where a employee of us was extracting information from a piece of paper, and was a little bit sick and tired of that. And by the time we brought in ABBYY, that person actually, saw how a tool was able to do exactly that task. And that opened up, let's say, a little bit this mindset of also thinking of what else could be possible, beyond such a use case.